Do I look here or here?
You're going to look actually at Justin. Right here.
This way.
Right here.
This way. Got it.
Yep. Yeah, you can just talk to me, ignore these clowns, especially that one over there.
Roger that.
All right, first question. Tell me who you are and what you drive.
I am Will Collette, and I'm driving the only V6 Mustang on the whole rally.
Will, how'd you get involved with this?
It's funny. I won a contest that Mike and Julie hosted, and I went over to their house because I found out I lived 5 minutes away from them. And I went to go pick up my TED 7 print, and I had a ticket dismisser hoodie on. And we started talking about cars, and I was supposed to go on a run. So I took pre-workout before I showed up because I was going to come back and run, and I ended up sitting there and shook for 4 hours while we talked about cars. So yeah. And then they ended up bringing me along just because I was brokering deals for Life Apollos and Lindsay Brewer and some influencers I manage. And they're like, do you think you could get some sponsors for us? And I said, absolutely. So hooked them up with some participants and some sponsors and kind of was there from day one.
What is it about Mike and Julie that just attract good people to them?
Mike and I actually talked about this. So when you live in LA, you meet a lot of fantastic people that have a lot of cool things going for them, but a lot of them don't have really good core values. And I forgot who it was that said this, but back in the day when they used to send out ships to go and explore, a lot of times they expected those ships to not come back. And when you invest in someone, you're sending ships out. You're investing time and effort and sometimes money, and a lot of times those investments don't ever return. And I feel like when I started to open the door on what kind of connections I had and what I could bring to the table, for every connection or ship that I sent out, 10 more came back. So I could tell these were the type of people that would take care of the connections that I had and respect the time and compensate it properly. And it just made me want to hustle that much harder for the brand to be a part of it. Now that it's all coming together, it's just one of those things you can look at and actually be proud to put on the shirt and say, you know, it's not like a uniform or anything. It's like we are part of LongTail Rally, and that means something.
From where it started to this is almost the end here, tell me the journey of LongTail for you. Like, what did you think it would be, and then what did it end up being?
Well, I've never been on a multi-day rally before. I've done a lot of car rallies and a lot of automotive-related activities, but nothing like this. And I feel like from my career in Air Force Space Command, all the way to all the crazy stuff I've done with the chain smokers and EDC, like I got a lot of crazy stories, and this topped everything. Like hands down, every day was like a movie. And I should have captured more of it on camera than I did, even though I felt like I was shooting a lot, because I wanted to make sure I was experiencing as much of it as possible. And as soon as it started, it was over. And it makes me want to be a part of whatever the next one is and try to make it even bigger than this one, if that's even possible.
Because this really is about the genuine experience, right? This is not for the gram. Talk to us about that.
So there was a saying that somebody told me when I first started to film, and that's if you're doing something cool, you can either film it or you can experience it, but you can't do both. And a lot of times when we slow down and take a breath, that's where our brain starts to process stuff faster. And that's hard to do when you're in trophy trucks, or if you're on the BMW Performance School, or if you're bombing down the freeway 55 coming to Vegas. And there were plenty of times where I just had to stop and look around and say, all right, not only did we pull this off as a team, but I want to make sure that I experience it. But above experiencing it, I wanted to make sure I shared it with people. And the best part about this that made it the best experience of my life was that along the ride, every city we stopped in, some of my friends were there. And whether they lived there or they caught up just to be a part of this, they could tell that this was a brand that was special, and they wanted to be there to experience it with me. And for the short period of time that I was alone in the car, it was fun, and I felt like I was, doing something cool. And, I was able to put some stuff on Instagram. But when I had a passenger there, or if I had more people when I was physically around them, or especially when we were having dinners, that's the best part, was because we were all experiencing it together.
Favorite moment of the trip? Do you have one?
That's hard, man, because a lot of stuff has happened where I'm like, this isn't real. Shoot, man, that's really hard. There's a lot of moments where I'm like, this is, any single day would have been the best day of the year, and then another day of LongTail Rally happened. Let's see. All right, I'll stab Steve in the bag. It was when we stole Tatiana from Steve, and I finally had a co-pilot because I was bored as hell in my car. So she was sitting over at the Ferrari table. We were over at the Ford table. And she went on a cruise with us and was like, I want to join this rally. And I was like, all right, jump in. We got an extra seat. Mike said, let's make it happen. And she was a phenomenal co-pilot. And again, it goes back to just sharing it with high-quality people. So I would say finding the co-pilot and getting to just experience rally with somebody else.
Favorite hotel?
Favorite hotel? Oh, man, the first one, Laguna. I'm going to pay money just to go back. I live close enough to not need it, But to fall asleep and be able to see the ocean from your bed, that can never be beat. I'm so spoiled. So a huge upgrade from the barracks in the military. So this is a much more ideal job, I would say.
You're not on the water. You are above.
Yeah.
The water is going under you. It's
Correct.
insane.
Yeah, you're 5 stories up. Now that hotel was beautiful, and all the supercars parked out front, and the dinner at sunset. That hotel topped everything. And that's, I mean, like, we woke up in a vineyard in Monterey. Like, that wasn't even the best one, you know, so it's wild. The standard was very high.
Favorite road?
Favorite road? Probably coming out of Yosemite. Lots of turns. The road was paved very well. And even though I was in a Mustang, both me and Nate had some R888s, really sticky tires, and we were pushing it to the point where our passengers were like, all right, we got to chill out. And then when we really started to push it, our cars overheated, both of them, and they're like, all right, we got to chill out. So to be able to corner the car and really feel what it can do and then really push it here on the track, I think both Mustang drivers learned that their car was actually capable of a lot more than we were. But now we're catching up to them. So it's, yeah, out of Yosemite, that one.
Favorite experience?
That like what we're doing now? The track. And I know that's probably a cop-out, but you know, I've been building this car the last year on minimum wage. And I have a car now that can compete on the track and keep up with these supercars, at least for the most part. And to take a stock V6 that I bought in cash with all the money I had and slowly built it up and supercharge it and put the best tires money can buy and the best brakes money can buy and get into a flow state on the track, just me and the instructor in front of me and a lead follow, and hear the tires screeching in the back end and the transmission not wanting to shift because I'm pushing it so hard, and the needle was all the way over to H, I knew that, you know, whatever happened to the car, whatever blew up, it was worth it because all the money and everything that I've poured into it is to do stuff like this and to chase that high. And I feel like I got it today and I want more. And I really want to get back out on the track ASAP because I think my car hates me, but I want to do it some more because that was fun.
So we can count you in for LongTail 2 then, huh?
I think so. Yeah, 100%.
What are you looking forward to most there?
In LongTail 2?
Could you even make it better?
Tough to make it better. We had such high quality people. And when you do something for the first time, there's a lot of risk involved. And you know, obviously these guys invested a lot in it, and you just want to see it through. You just want to see it work. And to see it go above and beyond, and to see everything connect, and everything that was in your head as like a dream kind of almost go play out in front of you like a movie is really special. So I don't know how you would make it better other than just stacking on the experiences of what we did now. Because what do we all work for anyway? Why do we all, you know, sacrifice so much time and effort to earn money to spend on these cars, to do these things? It's to have experiences like this. So, you know, I even promised myself before this rally, like, I wasn't going to hold back. Anyone asked me to do something, the answer was automatically yes. If I needed to buy something or fix something or whatever it took, I was in. Because I knew experiences like this are few and far between, and you want to make sure you squeeze the most out of it. So the best thing we could do, I think, is to just do it twice.
If you could have any car from the rally.
Ford GT, hands down. That was an easy one. Carbon Series. I love you, Carl. Your car is so hot. I stared at it from my hotel room.
What separates LongTail from other rallies?
Even though I haven't been on other rallies, just from what I've seen, or even just other car events, or the crowd, or the vibe, or the energy at other events that I've been a part of, or even other track days, it's the quality of the people. They were all hand-picked, you know, and there was a type of brand that we were trying to curate, and that brand is best represented by the people that attend the rally. So I think the best part really is just the drivers. And we could have all been out here in, you know, stock Toyotas, and it still wouldn't have mattered because we would all had fun. We'd have been a lot slower. But, you know, like I mentioned earlier, when you asked what some of my favorite moments were, it was sharing it with the people. It was the dinners. It was the time that we got even outside of driving, even though I love to drive, that made it special. So, yeah, the people.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's it, man.
Easy.
Crushed it.
Perfect.
This is the loudest place on planet